Shalom, Most High Christ bless. It's Captain Naom. Another episode of 15 Minutes with the Captains. Today's topic, I'm going to be talking about, do you have a conscience? Do y'all have conscience, brothers? Do you have a conscience? All praises, all praises. And they may say, also not that they have a conscience, but some brothers like to hide things. Some brothers like to not be truthful. Some brothers like to think that they're okay. Think that they're all good, but are they really? No, they're not. All right, so let's look up that word, that definition right quick. Conscience. Look that definition up. And while we're getting that definition, Romans 15:4. Let's read that.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 15 and verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope.
So this is where our hope lies, in the scriptures. Learning what the Lord thy God requires of us. Learning what God, the standards that God put in his Bible for us. All right? That's what we got to learn. And we go back to the scriptures to understand these things. All right? You got that definition? All right, let's read that real quick. Blow it up. Can you see that off?
Yes, sir, I can see it.
Okay.
This is a definition of conscience: an inner feeling or voice viewed as acting as a guide to the rightness or wrongness of one's behavior.
So it's the rightness or wrongness of one behavior. All right? Let's read some synonyms.
Click that arrow right there. Synonyms: sense of right and wrong.
Sense of right and wrong. You men have a sense of right and wrong? What gives you that sense? The commandments, the Bible. Right, go ahead.
Moral sense.
Moral sense. Y'all have morality, brothers? All right, go ahead.
Inner voice.
Uh-huh.
Voice within.
An inner voice is telling you, don't do it.
Right.
Turn the screen off. That's what it's telling you. Stop driving in your car, get from out the streets trying to look for something late night. Your inner voice is your conscience, is your actual spirit telling you, you stupid. Telling you, turn around. That's what your spirit telling you. But the flesh like, nah, I got this. Go ahead.
Morals. Standards.
Standards. This Bible is our standard. Go ahead.
Values.
Values.
Principles.
Principles.
Ethics.
Ethics. That's it. That's enough for you to say, I got to have a conscience. My conscience will tell me what's right to do. All right? So from there, let's go to John. Let's go to John 8 and 9. John chapter 8, verse 9. All right? Your conscience will tell you something. Let's see what the conscience will tell you.
This is the book of John, chapter 8 and verse 9. And they which heard it, being convicted by their own conscience.
It say, and they which heard it, what was they?
Being convicted by their own conscience.
Your conscience is supposed to do what, brothers? Convict you. Make you feel what? Guilty, ashamed, right? That's what it's supposed to make you feel. But some brothers don't have conscience.
Right, yeah, it's turned off.
They put the off switch on. They just bloop. They got a timer on, right?
Yeah. The
timer goes off. And they have no more conscience. All right? So let's deal with it. The definition dealt with a lot of things of morality, values, standards, principles, right? And an inner voice, right? So let's go to Deuteronomy 30 and 15. Deuteronomy 30, 15. Let's see what the law say. Because this is where everything stems from, the law. This is our standard, all right?
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30 and verse 15. See, I have set before thee this day life and good, and death and evil.
This is what we understand. This is what's set before us. Good and evil, life and death. Y'all understand? This is where your conscience lies. Because this the thing, officer. When that switch is turned off, that means the fear is turned off. You don't have fear of God anymore. That's what has happened. Now you don't have a conscience. Now you're just sinning willfully. You understand? Go ahead.
In that I command thee this day
Mhm.
to love the Lord thy God,
Mhm.
to walk in his ways, and to keep his commandments and his statutes and his judgments, that thou mayest live and multiply.
Mhm.
And the Lord thy God shall bless thee in the land whither thou goest to possess it.
Right. So these were the stipulations for us to get the land, for us to be able to rule over the nations. We had it at one point, but what happened? It was taken away because of our sin, because that switch was turned off. You understand? From there, let's go to 2nd Ezra 7:21. We have to keep that switch on, brothers. Y'all should never ever allow Satan to tempt you to turn the switch off. That's all it is. Go ahead.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 7 and verse 21.
Uh-huh.
For God hath given straight commandments.
God gave us straight commandments. Straight. All right, go ahead.
To such as came, what they should do to live.
What they should do to live. This is our way of life. Right and wrong. We understand we can't do wrong. We have to always strive for right, for righteousness. Go ahead.
Even as they came, and what they should observe to avoid punishment.
See, that's the thing. That's where the fear is gone. Brothers don't have fear anymore. Brothers are aimless, or willingly, rather, I say that, going to do sin. They just engulfed in sin. They don't care about anybody but themselves. That's how sin does. You're not thinking straight, neither do you care about anybody else. Who you harm, who you hurt. Go ahead.
Nevertheless, they were not obedient unto him, but spake against him, and imagined vain things.
That's what we do. We imagine vain things. That's why we go in all manner of sin, wickedness, evil, because we imagine these things. All these things start in the mind. Go ahead.
And deceived themselves.
And do what?
And deceived themselves.
You men and women, you deceive yourself. You think that you can handle the trials, the lust yourself, but you can't handle it yourself. You need brothers and sisters around you to help you. You have to be able to identify this. A person don't know they sick because you have brothers that's alcoholics, brothers that's dealing with all manners of evil, and they are not aware of it. Go ahead.
And deceived themselves by their wicked deeds.
By their wicked deeds, their actions. Go ahead.
And said of the Most High that he is not, and knew not his ways. But his law have they despised, and denied his covenants. And his statutes have they not been faithful, and have not performed his works.
That's what's going on. Your conscience should condemn you to follow the commandments. But brothers don't see that. Brothers are in a daze. They're in a trance when it comes to their lust. All right? Let's go to Romans 7:7. Because it's adultery, it's porn, it's prostitution, it's smoking weed, it's all manner of evil that's going on in brothers' head. You can post some of those pictures up as well. Let's read that Romans 7:7.
The book of Romans, chapter 7 and verse 7. What shall we say then? Is the law sin?
Is the law sin? No. Go ahead.
God forbid.
Uh-huh.
Nay, I had not known sin but by the law. For I had not known lust, except the law had said, thou shalt not covet.
The law said thou shalt not covet. The law says don't desire what's not yours. Right? But we do. Because of what? The flesh. Because of what? This world. This world has put the spirit on us to not have a conscience. To think that through Christianity, what we do is okay. So you see that? That's dealing with the adultery right there. Put that picture back up. Adultery. That's adultery. See the woman in the back? She pissed the hell off. Why? Because she just caught her husband dealing with another woman. But in his mind, he don't see her in the back. You know what I'm saying? He think he getting away with it. That's what a lot of brothers really think they doing. They at home, show the porn one. They at home, beating their meat, and they think nobody see them. Okay, that's alcohol. That's, yeah. There you go. That's like Northern Kingdom, but just imagine Judah too. It's all in one. It ain't nothing different. All right. So keep going, keep reading.
Verse 8.
Uh-huh.
But sin, taking occasion by the commandment.
It say, but sin, taking occasion by the commandment. Sin will always be there, brothers. Sin will always be in you, literally. And you will have to battle that sin from day to day. All right, go ahead.
Wrought in me all manner of concupiscence. For without the law, sin was dead.
It say, without the law, sin was dead. It say, it wrought in me all manner of concupiscence. What's concupiscence, brothers? Thank you. That's what it is. Evil sexual desires. That's in all the brothers and sisters throughout the whole earth. All right? And it's in all of us. But you got to identify that. Psalms 51:3. You got to identify it. We go look at one of the prophets, David, because David was what? In all manner of wickedness. David committed what? Sin. Adultery. He slept with another man's wife. But what David did, though, brothers think they can hide, but David did this. This is what brothers won't do. Read.
The book of Psalms, chapter 51 and verse 1.
Uh-huh.
To the chief musician, a psalm of David.
51 verse 3.
Verse 3.
Yeah.
For I acknowledge my transgressions.
For I what?
I acknowledge my transgressions.
David acknowledged his transgression. Brothers like to hide their transgressions. They like to hide their sin, thinking that, oh, if nobody knows, I'm getting away with it. But that's where your conscience come in play. Because you should feel uncomfortable not having some morality about you. Not having some, let me get some of these synonyms back. Not having standards, values, right? Ethics. That's how you should feel. You should feel that way. But again, that coupled with fear, brothers don't feel that way because they don't have fear. In that time of your lust, you forgot about God. You forgot about all the brothers around you. That's how brothers could be at their job and be in the restroom going ham. And then get caught. Can you just picture that? We ain't got that picture, but just picture it in your mind. That's crazy, right? Because they're lost. They engulfed in their sin. All right. Where we at? Yeah, yes, sir.
For I acknowledge my transgressions,
Uh-huh.
and my sin is ever before me.
He understands his sin is ever before him. He know he has to get what? Judged for that. That's what brothers forget. It will be a judgment for you not having a conscience of your sin. It's a judgment for it, brothers. But brothers forget that. Brothers don't. You're not thinking about the judgment. We just read that in Sirach. I mean, 2nd Ezra. But now, let's get Sirach. Sirach 23:17. Because brothers want to hide and lie about what's going on in their mind, in their life, in their day-to-day. Brothers are having trouble at home with their wife, and then they going out to deal with another side piece, right? That's what they're doing. And do you think they're sharing that with somebody? No. They think they can hide it. Their conscience should condemn them. Brothers can do it over and over and over and have no remorse in their mind to say, damn, I'm cheating on my wife, my children. Like, I don't care about nobody. Because don't you think the children will be affected by the father or the mother, either one? Because now, you got to put her away. She defiled. But the point is, that will affect everybody. You understand? Because even with that, you still got to take care of his children. It's a trickle-down effect of chaos. All right? Yeah, read that.
The book of Sirach, chapter 23 and verse 17.
Uh-huh.
All bread is sweet to a whoremonger.
All bread is what?
All bread is sweet to a whoremonger.
Whoremongers love many women. That's what it's talking about. Many women. All shapes, sizes, and complexions. All right, go ahead.
He will not leave off till he die.
He have to die to stop being a whoremonger. That's crazy. He have no conscience. That's what I'm showing you. He's going to continue to commit sin. All right, go ahead.
A man that breaketh wedlock, saying thus in his heart, who seeth me?
We talked about the adultery person, right? Adultery brother, right? David, he confessed it. He got checked too, right? Who he got checked by, brothers? But thank you, Nathan. But the Most High too, yes. But he got checked by him, right? Because that's our job. But you have to come to us to help us, for us to help you. Okay? And we're going to get to that real quick. But go ahead.
I am compassed about with darkness. The walls cover me, and nobody seeth me.
That's the mindset of a Negro. A mindset of someone that's engulfed in sin, that does not care about anything. Go ahead.
What need I to fear?
I don't need to fear nobody. But you forget the Most High sees everything. You know you have an angel assigned to you. You know he watching everything you're doing. You got to report that up, right? Just like here in the body, right? Same thing. Go ahead.
The Most High will not remember my sins.
That's what we think. That's what you think because nobody see you. Go ahead.
Such a man only feareth the eyes of men.
You fear the eyes of man. That's crazy as hell. When you should fear who? God. Because he's the one that's able to kill you. He's the one that's able to give you gonorrhea, blue waffle, any type of disease, right? And that's a sentence in itself that you live in here on earth. Outside the other sentence you go get of eternal death, hellfire, right? Go ahead.
And knoweth not that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun.
All this you don't consider because what? You're consumed in your lust. You have no conscience of what you're doing. All right? You're dead. Literally, you're dead. You need to be jump started. You know, they got the booster cables, right? I know they're not called that. What they call? Okay, y'all was talking about for in a doctor, though? Yeah. If you use them, you're going to be hurt. But anyway, all praise, yeah. Defibrillator, right? We got to bring you back to life. That's what we're trying to do now, bring you back to life, all right? Go to Psalms 52.
You want me to finish this one?
Yeah, sorry.
Beholding all the ways of men and considering the most secret parts.
Mm-hmm. That's what God, he considers the secret parts. He knows your secret parts. He understands what you're doing in a room alone. He understands you out there at 12 o'clock at night riding in your car on the strip. He understands what you're doing. He understands you at home turning up, getting drunk, or going to the club, getting drunk. He understands you at home beating your wife. He understands these things because he see it. Again, man only fear the eyes of man. You come here and, I'm holy, I'm righteous. Power of his might. Okay. No, stop being fake, brothers. Be real with yourself. That's the only way you're able to get help, is being real with yourself. All right? Now, go to Psalms 52. 52 and 2.
The book of Psalms, chapter 52 and verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
Thy tongue deviseth mischiefs.
Thy tongue deviseth mischief. Go ahead.
Like a sharp razor, working deceitfully.
That's you, brothers. Because our job is to what? Deal with these brothers. It's to ask questions. Ask them questions that brothers don't like answering. They don't like answering those questions. But we have to ask these questions. When brothers lie, they be deceitful. They think they're helping themselves, but they're hindering themselves. Because we all sick, brothers. Just like you go to the doctors for your ailments, this is the hospital right here. All right, go ahead.
Thou lovest evil more than good.
You love staying in the midst of your sin. That's what's going on. You don't want to do good. You don't want to repent. You don't want to get your life right. You love sin. Go ahead.
And lying rather than to speak righteousness, Selah.
Mm-hmm.
Thou lovest all devouring words, O thou deceitful tongue.
Right. Brothers don't want to be honest. Brothers want to lie, say we good, I got it. Nothing's going on in my life. My life is gravy. I'm living in heaven right now. But you're really not. All right. So, Sirach 32:17. 32:17. This is what brothers like to do. When those questions are asked, they lie about it and they give excuses. Go ahead.
The book of Sirach, chapter 32 and verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
A sinful man will not be reproved.
He don't want your correction. He don't want the physician, which we forget, to help him because he's dead in sin right now. That's what Paul said. Don't be dead in sin. Acknowledge your sin. David acknowledged his sin. He went through his judgment. Go ahead.
But findeth an excuse according to his will.
That's what men do. They find excuse. That's what sinners do. They find excuse. They don't want to face the reality that they have a problem. That's your first signs of repenting. It's saying, I have a problem and I have to fix it. All right, go ahead. No, go to Sirach 3 and 26. Sirach 3 and 26. Hey, I put my time on. Sirach 3 and 26.
The book of Sirach, chapter 3 and verse 26.
Uh-huh.
A stubborn heart shall fare evil at the last.
The stubborn heart. That what we bringing out with brothers' conscience, brothers are stubborn. Yeah. Brothers are stubborn. Left. Brothers are stubborn. And they don't want to what? Be real. They don't want to be real with themselves. Go ahead.
And he that loveth danger shall perish therein.
They love danger. You love playing with Russian roulette. That's what brothers love doing. That's what you're doing. Because you don't have a conscience that the Most High can kill you. All right, go ahead.
An obstinate heart shall be laden with sorrows, and the wicked man shall heap sin upon sin.
You're adding sin to sin. We asking them what's going on, trying to help heal you. No, I'm good. Ain't nothing going on. My life is gravy. But you lying to yourself and you lying to us. You dealing with heavy matters that you need spiritual healness from. And you're like, nah, I don't want to deal with it right now. I'm loving the sin I'm in. You add sin to sin because you're not identifying that you need help. All right. Sirach 38:15. Before you go there, Matthew 9 and 12. Can y'all post it? Matthew 9 and 12 real quick.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 9 and verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
But when Jesus heard that, he said that unto him, but when Jesus heard that, he said unto them, they that be whole need not a physician, but they that are sick.
So it's saying, Christ is saying, they that be whole need not a physician. That's some brothers out there. That's some brothers out throughout the body that think, I don't need no help. I'm all good. You the one need help, brother. But no, you are actually the one that need help. You're sick. All right, now go to Sirach.
The book of Sirach, chapter 38 and verse 15.
Yes, sir.
He that sinneth before his maker, let him fall into the hand of the physician.
You sin before God, you need to come and be healed from who? The physician. We're the physician. All right? The leaders are the physician. Okay. Thank you. All right. All right, let's go there. Wisdom of Solomon 16 and 12. So it's telling you that you need a physician. You need your leadership that you need to go confess to be healed. That's what the Bible is saying. Because you can't do it on your own. Go ahead.
The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 16 and verse 12.
Uh-huh.
For it was neither herb nor mollifying plaster that restored them to health, but thy word, O Lord, which healeth all things.
Thy word, the word of God, the commandments, is what's going to heal you, brothers. Taking that medicine every day, those doses of the scriptures, which we're going over right now, is going to help you. It's going to purge that demon. Bishop just posted something a while back talking about meditation. You men that deal with these certain things that we're talking about, not having a conscience, continuing to add sin to sin, you need to be meditating on the things that's plaguing you. That's the prescription from the doctor. That's what these men will give you, the prescription of the word to heal you. You take your daily dosage every day, and it's going to continue to what? Heal you from that sickness. All right? Where we at? Go to Sirach 37 and 12. Sirach 37 and verse 12. So we all sick, but we go get that healing.
The book of Sirach, chapter 37 and verse 12.
Yes, sir.
But be continually with a godly man, whom thou knowest to keep the commandments of the Lord, whose mind is according to thy mind, and will sorrow with thee if thou shalt miscarry.
That's what a leader would do. He will see that you're going through it because what you've done. You've let him know that you have issues. You let him know that you're in all manner of sin and you want help. That's it. And we forget that. You have to be around your brothers to get the medicine that you need. You can't be at home. That's what a lot of brothers do as well. That's why you see when brothers fall back and you don't see them for a month or a couple of weeks or whatever the case may be, there's something going on with that brother. Something going on with him because the devil has taken hold of him. He don't have a conscience anymore. He's just in all manner of sin. All right, let's go to Romans 6 and 12. Romans 6 and 12. Let's read that real quick.
The book of Romans, chapter 6 and verse 12.
Uh-huh.
Let not sin reign, therefore, in your mortal body.
Let not what?
Let not sin reign, therefore, in your mortal body.
You can't let sin be ruled over you. Sin is directing you. Who's supposed to be directing your path? Christ. But you're allowing sin, Satan, this flesh, to direct you, to stay in sin, to continue to cheat on your wife, to continue to be a whoremonger, to continue to steal, to continue to be a drunkard. All these things is within you that you have to get healing for. Go ahead.
That ye should obey it in the lust thereof.
Mm-hmm.
Neither yield ye your members as instruments of unrighteousness unto sin.
You shouldn't be yielding your members to unrighteousness. You're destroying what God gave you. This temple that we're in right now, it's on loaner. This is not ours. This is God's temple that we're supposed to keep holy. But brothers, they no fear. They don't care. All right? Keep going.
But yield yourselves unto God
Uh-huh.
as those that are alive from the dead,
Mm-hmm.
and your members as instruments of righteousness.
Your member's supposed to be instrument of righteousness. You're supposed to be coming here to get built up with what? The word. The word will protect you and arm you from all the wiles and evil of Satan. Because Satan got your rap sheet. He understands what you love and what you like. He knows this. But you have no conscience to understand that he has it, that he knows your rap sheet. He knows what things that tempt you, all right? Your appetite, which we finna get that real soon. Well, no, we ain't gonna get it because time running out. So let's get, I won't. Let's go back to Psalms 51. Psalms 51 and verse 2. We'll see how David handled it, all right? How you men have to handle not having a conscience. You got to have a conscience. All right, let's read that.
The book of Psalms, chapter 51 and verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
Wash me thoroughly from mine iniquity and cleanse me from my sin.
That's what you men should be asking yourself. All you brothers and sisters should be asking yourself, wash me clean, Lord. Clean me from my sin. Go ahead.
For I acknowledge my transgressions, and my sin is ever before me.
That's the key thing. You have to acknowledge your sins. Go to the Lord to understand and bring it forth to him that you acknowledge it. Go ahead.
Against thee only have I sinned, and done this evil in thy sight,
Uh-huh.
that thou mightest be justified when thou speakest, and be clear when thou judgest.
Right. Go ahead.
Behold, I was shapen in iniquity, and in sin did my mother conceive me.
That's brother's excuses. Who was born in sin, brother? There's no excuse, brother. You got brothers around you to what? Restore you to health. To pull you out of the fire, but brothers love to be in sin. That's why they use that as excuse. Go ahead.
Behold, thou desirest truth in the inward parts,
Mm-hmm.
and in the hidden part thou shalt make me to know wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
Purge me with hyssop, and I shall be clean.
Jump to 17.
Verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
The sacrifices of God are a broken spirit,
Mm-hmm.
a broken and a contrite heart, O God, that will not despise.
That's how you have to come, with a broken and contrite spirit, in humbleness, in all lowliness, understanding something wrong with you, understanding you need healing. All right. From there, James 5:15.
The book of James, chapter 5 and verse 15.
Uh-huh.
And the prayer of faith shall save the sick,
Mm-hmm.
and the Lord shall raise him up. And if he have committed sins, they shall be forgiven him.
That's what God has for each and every one of you. But you have to acknowledge it. You have to see your error. You have to see you in all manner of sin and come lowliness with humbleness. Jump to 18.
Verse 18. And he prayed again, and the heaven gave rain,
Mm-hmm.
and the earth brought forth her fruit.
Mm-hmm.
Brethren, if any of you do err from the truth, and one convert him, let him know that he which converteth the sinner from the error of his way shall save a soul from death, and shall hide a multitude of sins.
That's our job, is to do what? Deliver you from what? Death. Sin, which is death, right? That's our job. So, brothers, I pray that you got something from this class. Family, continue to like, subscribe all our classes. With that, we say shalom. Most our Christ bless.